Rugby League is back.
Drum roll, please.
You're a true Warriors fan.
I have no recollection of that hot take.
We don't all have to agree.
It's good to be back.
It's just a really boring team.
Oh, partner.
Start winning some games.
I think there'll be a lot of changes to the team.
I've got them making the 8 for mine.
Let's go. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Advantage Line TAB's Rugby League Betting Podcast. My name is Cal Tiley. I'm at home today, but in studio in Wellington is my good mate, Paul Moate. Paul, how are you after the weekend, pal?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm good. We'll be getting into all the ins and outs of all the games that were played on the weekend, obviously, but a little bit sort of underwhelmed, disappointed. Yeah.
Speaking of disappointments, Teddy, how are you? Sorry.
It's just been one stitch up after the other this week. Look, the Dogs got stitched up on Friday night, but other than that, it was it was a diabolical weekend. We'll get into that later as well with the betting stories. But you know what? There's nothing better than finals footy, and Sunday afternoon showed that.
Yep. And someone I know who had a lot of fun this weekend and a lot of fun last night. Our good mate, Ben Searle from Surly Talk Sports. Surly, how are you, man?
Yeah, I've seen better days, but I'm happy to be here nonetheless. Talk some footy when you're hungover. Life could be worse.
I'm just glad you made it this time because, you don't have a great track record.
No, I don't. Luckily, Auckland compared to Las Vegas makes it a little easier to back up from. But yeah, when the alarm went off this morning, I was like, what am I up to? Luckily, my wife has a photo shoot today for the Warriors. It's their final day of employment, the players, before they go off on holiday. So they got stitched up more than me. They have to do like a full 8-hour day photo shoot for next year's kit. So yeah, pull one out for the Warriors lads, who no doubt have had a big weekend, awards night last night, and now they're just in a studio under bright lights getting their photos taken.
And getting changed in and out of that's a debacle. That's possibly the one that's up there with some of the worst hangovers of all. That's up there with a plane hangover.
Yeah.
It's up there with the child teacher interview hangover. There's some bad hangovers, and that's right up there.
Well, yeah, it was locked in for today because, of course, they had plans of being travelling to Australia for the weekend. So that's why it was locked in for today. But unfortunately, it's ended up being their last day of the year. So.
Well, I'd say whoever put those plans together had made some ill-advised plans. They were playing Penrith.
Hey, we gave them a bloody good run, but we'll talk about it soon.
We will.
Yeah. You just named two of my biggest fears, Teddy, the plane hangover and the kid-related hangover. Not good.
I'll tell you what. A few weeks ago, this might be my new worst hangover. I coached my son's under-9 soccer team. We had a double header, and I'd been out at the South Roosters game with our old former host Fisky. Got home. Well, when I say home, got back to the hotel at 3 a.m. for a 7:30 flight the next morning, of which I made it and then sat in the sun for 2 hours yelling at children while violently hungover, telling them to pass the ball and spread out. It was tough. So,
how's it different to any other?
Well, the yelling not that different. It was the feeling when I did yell.
Well, I was gonna start the weekend with the show with a question, but given Surly, you're at the Warriors Awards last night, we might just have a quick chat about the awards getters. Teddy's up in arms. I know he's always up in arms, but this one's got him. But I just want to go. I'll go through them, and we'll just have a quick chat. Rookie of the year. It was probably a one-horse race. Holy heck, Leke Halasima gets the dub there. We all in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Top try scorer as well. 13 tries.
First time a forward scored the top try scorer for the Warriors. So.
Yeah. Players player, RTS. Voted by the players, for the players. So that's pretty good.
We probably don't get an opinion on that then.
No, we don't. But yeah, interesting. I wonder if the players voted that way because they thought that the main gong would go the other way. But
yeah, People's Choice, another one for Mr. Leke Halasima.
Yeah,
voted by the fans. I think we do get a say in that one. I don't know.
We get a major say in that one, but yeah, it's for the Larry fans.
Well, I think the stadium, when they go through the lineups on the big screen, that's a testament to who the people love the most at the moment, and Lecker gets the biggest cheer by a mile. So it's a popularity award, isn't it? But he certainly won the hearts of the people.
This is the next one. This is one I'm really chuffed with. The Clubman of the Year, Dimitri Vaimunga.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. And to see him and Lecker getting their dues. We've talked about it before, but next year is fast becoming very exciting.
The future looks bright.
Yeah, Demi's a future captain, eh? He does a lot of leadership stuff around the club too, and he's one of the young voices that the older boys listen to and lean on a lot. So, yeah, once Fish is gone or some of those older boys, then I reckon he'll have the captain's armband for a while.
I'll stick with the men. The Simon Mannering medal, maybe contentious, maybe not. RTS gets his 4th. A lot of people thought maybe Aaron Clark deserved that one. I heard RTS even said that himself in his acceptance speech, Sally.
Yeah,
he tailed off. He tailed off towards the end of the year. I thought Clark a little, and RTS just got better.
Yeah, I think those were the top two. Roger was surprised. He said that he thought the bloke wearing 13 should have got it, but I think it was a 2-horse race between those two, and yeah, he ties Simon Mannering now for most Simon Mannering medals. So is it now the Mannering Tuivasa Sheck medal? There's going to be some admin going on there. They've got to decide around that. But yeah, 4, that's pretty good testament to what's been a heck of a player. I do feel a little sorry for Aaron Clark, though. I feel like, when you win the medal, you get your banner hung in the gym. It's up there forever. And I feel like Aaron Clark probably did have a season where he deserved to have his name up in the gym, for sure.
Oh no. This is a shambles.
The TV's on.
Well, that could have been much worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse.
I just gone to look at my phone for some stats that I saw the other day and forgot that I had the logo in the background. Just on Aaron Clark, I can't remember if it was Random Stats Guy or Stat Hub on Instagram, but they put up side-by-side comparisons of last year versus this year, same amount of games, and the output through the roof this year for Aaron Clark, which is, we know he had a great season, but seeing the numbers side by side like that make it even better for mine. The last one, Teddy, I'll throw to you here. NRLW Player of the Year, Arpy Nichols.
Please. How the hell does Peyton Takimoana not get it? She was unreal. She's going to be a player. She's going to be in the team of the year. She got 15 tries in 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
Butchered another one, which cost me plenty a couple of weeks ago. But aside from that, she's done plenty. And from a punting point of view, she's one of the great heroes of 2025. Often starts more than $3 for a try. Are you serious? She's a dead set $1.50 shot every week. Put her in the centres, put her in the wing, doesn't matter. She scores. She's just a great mover. Had to get Player of the Year.
Silly, do you know if they take punting into account when they put the Player of the Year awards? Or
I'm not too sure if look, Ron is a great bloke, Ron Griffiths, but I'm not sure if he factors in Teddy's punting stats. That's for sure. She was a nominee. I think she was one of.
And that's on Ron Griffiths.
Yeah,
that's
that is.
That's not on me.
It is. I can tell you, when he speaks, he is one of the best speakers I've heard. He speaks with so much passion, and there's no coincidence that this team looks so bonded and so well connected, because he seems like a great human being. But yeah, Peyton
He's got a great reputation.
Yeah, Peyton was nominated alongside Patricia Maliapo as well. There were a few other players, but it seemed like Uppy got it just for being the OG and the leader in the team. She still had a great year, but I do agree. I thought Patricia might have got it. To be honest.
And I was going to say, but I would have no dramas if Patricia had got as well, because when she was on the field, she was magnificent.
Yeah, she walked away with nothing. I was quite surprised.
Also, very hard to give Rookie of the Year. NRLW Rookie of the Year. Like, they're all rookies, aren't they? There weren't too many with NRLW experience other than Happy Nichols.
Yeah, there was 18 rookies. So, yeah.
And four more to come, I hear.
Yeah, big 4 more. 3 from the sevens circuit and 1 It's a genuine NRL star. So, yeah, we'll be playing finals next year.
Who's the NRL star? Who's going across?
We can talk about it off here. I'll let the club
this-
announce that first.
I thought this might have been announced.
No, not yet, not yet.
That's exciting.
Alrighty.
I'm just shocked Olivia Kerner could make the move, but thanks for
Here we go.
Breaking news on the advantage line. All right, well, let's go. I want to talk about some betting. Teddy, you mentioned Sunday's game. It was a big breath from you, Paul. I know that's hard. Sunday's game, the Raiders v. the Broncos. This was a historic blowout for the TAB and a historic day for the punters. We got, as a business, absolutely rinsed. The top 6 try scorers in the market all scored tries, and turns out I was the only person that didn't have all 6 of them in a multi. I've got some of these multis here, fellas. Some you may have seen on social doing the rounds, but a couple of the best here. Reece Walsh, Katapani, Staggs, Weeks, and Strange, $900 on to return $146,000.
It's so simple too, right? That's a bet you should make every day of the week. I don't know about the 900 on.
I was going to say the 900 on might be a bit questionable. But
Yeah, unless that was like a parlay off the back of a couple winnings earlier in the week. But that just screams to me like, why did I not have at least a tenner on that?
Straightforward. Yep.
Next one. This is 2,000 on at Shibasaki, Sebastian Chris, Strange, and Staggs to return $140,000.
That's ballsy.
Here's one more in our areas, fellas. $3 bet. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 legs, and it is a mix of NRL and NRLW.
This is Teddy.
This is Teddy. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm not going to go through all the try scorers, but not $3 into 9,500.
I can assure you, it was not.
And then this one's even better. Same again, 10 legs, NRLW and NRL, $5 into 40,000. Imagine that, like.
I just hope I hit one of those one day.
You don't have to bet much to win lots.
I just don't put those shoot for the stars multis on. So it's my fault.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like you start doing it, you're like, this is never going to happen. This is dumb.
Yeah.
Why would I do this?
I just grind away, try and find a nice 10 or 15 to 1 multi and be happy with that. Have a crack at that.
I just take the $2.80 shots and I can't even get that.
Yeah. I'm trying to back a winger to score in each game and I'm picking the wrong one. Come on.
I look at Teddy's anything bet from last week, and I think it was the Raiders.
Yes, it was, Paul.
The Raiders, Broncos, 61 or more points in the game. So I'm thinking, well, Teddy obviously thinks there's going to be a few tries. So surely he's putting a little same game multi together with a.
I had a couple of same game multis, Paul. It wasn't like I was bereft in the game, but I just didn't put all 6 of them together.
Yeah.
I just had a treble here, had a double there, all that stuff. Thinking I'll just grind away. But yeah, again, the punters are too smart for me.
Yeah, congratulations to all those punters.
Massively.
There's a few games on this week. Just please come back.
Just put your money back into the economy.
Paul, how did we go on the pod? I was very confident it was going to go 4 from 4. I did.
It wasn't a good week for many of us. We'll start with Blake first, who seems to be playing with a straight bat and just trying to defend his lead. His best bet, Raiders -3.5. No. Pompey to score a try. No. Same game multi. KL Iro, Tupo, under 46.5. No. And his anything bet, Waz +12.5 into the Roosters, into the Raiders. No. -150 for the week, up 165 for the season. Surly best bet. Storm Dogs under 38.5.
I'm still sick about that. I am absolutely. I was on the Dogs plus 6.5, under 38.5. I will never forgive kick out. Never forgive him for
that. But that was into either team to win by 1-12 in the Sharks Roosters game, but that was no good. He had Harry Grant as his try scorer, no good. He had Storm into Coates into Katoa. Oh, that was a nice one. And then he had his anything bet Storm, Waz, Roosters, Raiders.
I tell you what, I almost kicked myself for not having that second row one. If Sasangi had gone over and that would have returned $75, I was like, sure, that would have been a season ender.
He got close.
He got close. I was yelling for him not to score. I was like, no.
Because Blake took it too.
Yeah, that would have pissed me off even more.
I would have been myself.
Carl,
was Sealy up or down for the week?
He was slightly up.
He hasn't done the math, has he? He hasn't done the math. He's guessing.
He was slightly up, and he is still down for the season.
And he doesn't know how much I'm down because he doesn't know how much I was slightly up either. So tune back in next week.
On to Carl. His best bet was either side by under 10.5 in the Waz Panthers game. No good. He had.
It was basically home. Like, just pay it out.
It didn't win. His next bet, the try scorer bet, was McLean to score more tries than Capewell at $2.60. Nice juicy odds when you look back.
That was the best bet of the weekend, man. Odds.
It really was. I went looking for it. I could not find it anywhere.
I got on.
Wow.
I think that's 4 try scorers in a row now, fellas.
Nice.
That's some disgusting behaviour from you guys cheering that one on the key try and off the back of a forward pass.
There was no cheering.
Any decency, you donate the money back and say we don't want it.
I donated it back. Don't worry. I donated it back.
That's 3 in a row, Carl.
Oh, 3 in a row, okay.
Yeah. Your same game multi, Storm to win under 38.5, and Katoa and Warbrick to combine for 1 or more tries. No good.
Oh, that's sick.
And
I was the only one who copped it.
Your anything bet under 38.5 into the Waz plus 9.5 into either team to win by under 12.5 into the Raiders. That was no good as well. You were just down $20 for the week, and you're down $80.30 for the season. Teddy, best bet under 38.5 in the Storm Bulldogs game. No good. Ethan Strange to score a try. Yep. Same game multi, Waz plus 10.5, RTS to score and McLean to score, no good. And then 61 or more points in the Raiders-Broncos game. Oh, so close. Not.
Pay it out. Come on.
Teddy was up $37.50 for the week and up $333.25 for the season.
Do we have a new leader this week, Paul?
You are the leader, Teddy.
Wow. Exactly.
And I had the Roosters to win by 13 or more, no good. I had Brian To'o to be the first try scorer. Probably should have been the last try scorer. Anyway, same game multi, Roosters, Tupou, Toia, Mulitalo, no good. And then I had 20 points or less in the Storm Bulldogs game. That was no good. Minus 150 for the week.
Why are you speaking so fast, or is that my internet?
Don't jump in there, so I want to hear this number. Minus what for the year?
Minus $892.50 for the season.
You should transfer your winnings from the rugby pod over, and you'd be up about $100. Perfect.
I've got a little side story as well. I went to get fish and chips for lunch yesterday. And I only got fish and chips, and the guy in there, he's a big Waz fan. Got the Waz cap on, and he goes, "Oh, how'd you go on the weekend? Who'd you bet?" I said, "Oh, gee, the Waz, geez, so close, so far." And then he shouts out, "Don't lie, you backed the Panthers. I saw you on socials." And everyone in the shop just started pissing themselves. I shuffled back into line. waited for you to be fair. I got a good serving of the snapper fillet, and the half a scoop looked like a full scoop. So yeah,
you got 2 good servings then, by the sounds of it.
That's good. Good man. I'm glad he called you out.
He did call me out. He did.
All right. Should we move on to the good, the bad, and the ugly for this week?
No biggest howler of the weekend?
Well, I'm sure it's going to come up in this. Am I right?
Yeah, there's about 15 candidates. Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're talking about.
I'll start. I'll go with the good. After the sadness of Saturday night, sat down and watched the Raiders Broncos as a neutral, and I have to say, with no invested interest, no heightened heart rate, no stress, what a joy to watch. It was such a good game of footy to watch, and it was nice just to be calm, relaxed, sit down. It was good.
I was anything but. I was a neutral as well. I was anything but. It was the most nerve-wracking finals game I can remember without your team heavily involved in it. It was insane. That night, we went a week early on the best finals ever played.
Oh yeah.
And normally the hype is, was it the best final? That is the best final of the NRL era, bar none, with all the drama and context of it. And probably only the 89 grand final for me is a better game of footy I've seen.
Yeah, I think it was made better by the fact that it should have been all over. Like the Raiders blew so many opportunities, even just Fogarty's goal kick from basic, like that was a sitter, and you don't know it at the time, but that was the winning of the game too. They did everything to lose that game, and then it just had it all. Sin bins, Raiders won it twice but didn't win it. Golden point. It was just, yeah, chaos. That, like, as a neutral fan, like you said, I didn't want it to end, I was like, I was gutted every time it looked like a team had won the game. I was like, no, keep going.
I agree with you until the -2.5 was like miraculously got up, and I was like, end it.
the best
I'll tell you what, though, with that Fogarty missed goal, though, I went across to my 9-year-old, my 8-year-old at the time, and said, that's going to come back to hurt him. That was bad, because it wasn't one of those kicks he misses go, oh, whatever. It just had the hallmarks of a very nervous player. It couldn't finish on. Yeah, it would have led to kicking one more goal, who knows. But it just had, it was a bad omen.
Yeah. Teddy, you want to go next?
No, that was my good,
Yeah, it was my good too. It was probably all our goods, was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Football does not get any better than that. If you don't love rugby league, you're a complete moron.
Yeah.
After watching that, like you need to go and get help, because rugby league is the greatest game of all, and that was on full. If you don't enjoy that, get in the sea. You've got nothing to offer the world.
Yeah, that one past the group chat test. You know it's a good game when all your group chats fire up at the same time. Your phone just goes berserk. Like, are you watching this? Start watching. Tune in now. Hope you're watching this game. Like, that had everyone captivated.
My bad. Another game that had everyone captivated. Warriors Panthers. The 2 calls in particular. The forward pass. That wasn't called back. And the knock on and goal. Like, the forward pass, I don't know. I don't think the Bunkers should start looking at forward passes, but surely we can get a captain's challenge on something like that.
The Bunkers should look at forward passes. If the Bunkers looking at offside,
maybe they should. Like,
the Bunkers should, like, don't get me wrong. I think we should be pulling what the bunker does backwards. But if we're going to be looking at offsides, which is essentially measuring a straight line across the field, then we should be looking at forward passes, which is essentially measuring a straight line across the field.
I reckon if it's within that try-scoring play, so there hasn't been another tackle completed, and it's within that play, then the Bunkers should be allowed to look at it. I don't want it to be like rugby, and they go back to tackle 2 when the try was scored on tackle 5 and find a forward pass. But if it's tackle 4, they go through, they score, there's a contentious pass, then they should be allowed. Like, if they can clear obstruction and all that stuff in the lead up to a scoring play, then what's the difference in a forward pass in the lead up?
Yeah,
certainly makes a great point. We don't want it to be like rugby.
That was the only thing you heard and thought, I'll agree with whatever he's saying right now. Yeah.
But the other one, like, so there's that one. The ref was right there. The toucher was right there. Like,
Atkins was right there.
Everyone's called it forward. Everyone that's watched it has called it forward.
Considering some of the passes have been called forward this year as well.
Yeah.
There's been some line balls that have been called for.
Yeah, there was one in the Broncos game that didn't look anywhere near as bad as that one.
That was backwards.
Yeah.
And
I reckon that the knock-on pissed me off more. Oh, the knock-on, got me more.
The knock-on and goal. Like, 10 times out of 10 in the regular season, that is a knock-on. And, like, I hate the knock-on rule. Like, it's the drop ball rule, right? Like, but 10 times out of 10, that is a knock-on. They call it. They didn't even look at it. Like, that was frustrating for me. And I'm not saying the Warriors would have won because we had, a 20-minute period of sustained attack at the start there. We couldn't score. But those two calls, they changed the game completely, sucked the life out of the team. And,
yeah. Well, that last try doesn't happen if those calls don't happen. Because we were chasing the game there, and that was just an error that led to a try. But like you said, I was calling for the boys to give away a penalty on that tackle just so we could captain's challenge the no knock-on call because it would almost be worth it. But you just automatically assume it was one of those hands-on heads moments where everyone stops and they're like, oh, yeah, that's a knock-on.
Like,
yeah. But,
that was frustrating. I'm salty about it still.
Hard to tell.
I was sad on Saturday night. I really was.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Teddy, you're bad?
Ashley Klein is an utter disgrace and has absolutely no business getting on the finals game. How Brisbane got the penalty after Reece Walsh headbutted Hudson Young is one of the most disgraceful decisions of all time. When that all blew up, my first thing was Walsh was going to get sent here. There is absolutely Ricky Stewart. I am loath to agree with Ricky Stewart. But Ricky Stewart is 100% right. Never in the history of rugby league has someone been sin-binned for getting in someone's face and winding someone up. But the whole point of sledging, the whole point of all this is to wind other people up, put them off their game. Hudson Young was magnificent. It was a work of art what Hudson Young did. He walked to the line, he put his toe on the line and did not step over the line and copped a headbutt for it. It should have been a clear send-off. If it wasn't going to send off, it could be a one-person sin-bin and a Raiders penalty. Now, Raiders were lucky. They scored off an error a minute later. But that was absolutely disgraceful. And all this, the whitewashing from the NRL, like, honestly, like, Goebbels would be proud of some of the stuff that's going on here. Like, it is absolutely insane. Insane that the stories are coming out that Klein will get a game this week. Klein is still on track to referee the grand final. Absolutely disgraceful. Like, it's enough politics and nothing more that he's still involved in the final series.
That was my ugly.
Yeah, well, Carl's was my ugly, and that was my bad as well. And I thought if you were going to bin a Raider, and no Raiders should have got binned, but I thought Tapane was probably more in trouble than Hudson Young because he came in.
Third man in is often a bin situation. Again, I would have had no problem with that.
Yeah, but the Hudson Young one, like, geez, Ronaldo Mulatalo would have been sitting at home laughing that he hasn't been binned every week because that's his go-to play. And that's, like you said, what rugby league is all about. You get in people's heads. It's the big fella winding up the little guy who knows he can break down. And, I thought Hudson did it perfectly. So, that frustrated me. There were other calls in that game too, like when he called the tackle on the Raiders player. Geez, that was too quick. There were multiple calls throughout that game. Old AK-47, I heard someone call him. Geez, he's a shocker, man, and he's going to run amok on the final if he gets an opportunity to do so. But we've got to have better, and the refereeing standards, I feel like we say it every week, but it's the only bad thing about the game at the moment, I feel like.
It's incredibly poor, the standard of refereeing. I know it's a hard job, and, Adam G made a shocking call against Canterbury that cost them the game by giving away that penalty when the head high shot was nowhere near the head. But still, I thought he refereed a very good game. Let the game flow. Laid the law down when he needed to. But that's just not like, it's not only the officiating that's the problem. It is the officiating of the officiating. The administration of it is all wrong. They've got the priorities completely wrong. Like they don't care about player safety. There's like all this stuff. We're worried about player safety. They're not worried about player safety. They just let a guy headbutt a guy, and that was all cleared. No suspension. But all this stuff is just absolute rot. The best referee in the game is sitting out this week. I won't referee again. and it is appalling.
Paul, you're bad and ugly.
Well, those were my two as well. However, I was going to add in one other, and I don't know what's gone. Is it because we're in New Zealand? But I've heard nothing about Mad Monday. Have they had Mad Monday over there, Teddy? Because there's been no reports on the news about anything going, nothing going. And what's going on in terms of Mad Monday? Is it been watered down?
Are you saying
wouldn't know what you're talking about, Paul. There's no such thing as Mad Monday. It's a myth. It's a legend. But I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to the Advantage Line Mad Monday.
Surly had his last night, I think.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I think the boys have a few drinks in that for sure. But the players' schedules now, like so many guys are flying back overseas, back to Australia today. They got Kiwis, they got Pac Champs, the Aussie lads have the Ashes, all that stuff. And yeah, I think clubs are just so nervous now, right? Like I'm pretty sure a club official has to be with them on it just to make sure everything goes to plan. So yeah,
it's all kept in house as well. Like
Yeah.
it's all like the days of going to a pub and dressing up and all that stuff is long gone. Like they do it and they do it in the confines of the club and the doors are locked and they can get as rissold as they want and do what they want. But you know, you're not dressing up as anything offensive on the way in. You're not leaving the joint and doing something like that. It's all kept in house.
Sounds like the Dallas Cowboys White House.
I've just thought of our top 10s for next week, fellas. The top 10 best Mad Monday costumes.
Oh, Blake would have had a few.
Yeah.
All right. That's everyone's good, bad, ugly?
No, I've still got an ugly.
Here we go.
Teddy, you're ugly.
Ashley Klein. He's going to double dip on Ashley Klein, isn't he?
Nah, I'm going to double dip on Cameron Serraldo, actually. Stephen Crichton and Viliami Kickout, two people needed a rest heading into last week's game. It was probably Stephen Crichton and Viliami Kickout. Now, would they have got hurt anyway? Possibly. Kickout copped a stray elbow to the head, whatever. You rest players will hurt. Hurt bodies break down more easily. Of course, Crichton went down. He shouldn't have played against Cronulla the week before. Yeah, of course, there was no Bronson Cherry to help cover any of that stuff because he was on the 11-day HIA stand down because he played in a meaningless game the week before. Whatever good Cameron Serraldo has done for the Bulldogs, this moron behaviour of playing the full team in round 27 has cost Canterbury. Well, that game was there to be won, and now we're going to go in 10.5 point underdogs against Penrith, and then going to have to go to Brisbane to beat Brisbane in the prelim.
No, you won't.
A better chance, there's a very good chance we won't. But if that was to be the case, like just stupid. He could have hosted a prelim if he just rested some players. Just ridiculous.
Shout out to our Kikau, who's refusing to get scans on his face too because he knows he's got a broken jaw or eye socket, but it's finals footy and he doesn't want to bar that. He'd rather go in without the head noise. I rate that. Some people say it's dumb. Those are the guys you want on your team with you. That's elite.
Not after that intercept. He can get right in the bin.
Right in the
How goes the finger wag? No.
Yeah, no.
The Kimber Matolo. No.
I was going to say Abe Simpson.
Yeah, nah. He saved William Warbrick from a pretty tough day at the office, I tell you.
He sure did.
All right, real quick, do some grades of the teams that are no longer with us this year. I've got the odd sheet from pre-kickoff in Vegas. And the top 5 in the odd sheet, Storm, Panthers, Broncos, Sharks, and Bulldogs are all still alive. Way down in 15th, paying $51 to win the competition at the start of the year, the Raiders, still alive.
Crazy.
We'll go down the list. So in 6th spot on the odd sheet at $15, the Manly Seagulls, they finish 9th. Give me a grade, Surly.
Oh. What?
Are we doing grade or a mark out of 10 or what are we doing?
Do what you want, man.
Okay.
What's considered a pass these days?
Top 10 coaching changes, so we're just doing what we want.
Out of 10, I'll give them a 4 out of 10. I think their season was a failure. Missing finals, failure. The roster they have on paper, they should have been a top 8, if not a top 4 side. They lost so many winnable games. Came right at the end, but it was all too late. The DCE scenario, maybe a 4 is generous, but I'll give them a 4.
Paul?
Yeah, I'll give them a 3. With the side that they had, they should have performed a hell of a lot better. The DCE mess was horrible, and I don't know who's more to blame, whether it's on DCE's side or whether it's the actual organisation. I think it's more the organisation. And the way they handled Tommy T, who didn't seem 100% in most games that he played this season.
Off to Super League.
Teddy?
0 out of 10.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
It was an epic failure with the roster they've got. How you missed the finals with Tom Trbojevic, Dave Cherry, and Tolu Kola playing the footy of his career. The roster was poorly put together in terms of the forward pack, because all they did was go with Isaac Moses players because the coach made Isaac Moses. Seabold shouldn't have had a job, it should have been resold. The whole Tom Trbojevic to Super League thing is nothing more than Tom Trbojevic trying to get rid of Seabold. It is, and the fact they haven't moved on it, and they've now missed out on one of the best available coaches in Justin Holbrook. Absolute 0, epic fail. And even their management of the Dale Chervin situation was embarrassing. They've been an embarrassment to the game this year, man. 0 out of 10.
Wow, strap in, punters. I was going to go for around a 3 or 4 as well. It doesn't matter after what Teddy said.
Jeez, I seem so generous, don't I, with a 4. Shit.
Cowboys were next. They were paying $19. They were 7th favourites. They finished 12th. Early.
Yeah, there are 2. Shambles, another coach that's probably lucky to be in the mix. Good roster, full of origin players, can't defend to save their lives, just up and down. Didn't look like they wanted to be there half of the time. Normally they're so good at home, but they were average at home as well, I feel. And I thought their best footy of the year came at the back end when Taumalolo was back, because he looked like he was ramping up for the Tonga season again. But yeah, another team on paper that should have been better, and to finish 12th, to me, that's not acceptable at all.
Yeah, there are another 3 for me. I think defense is always a good barometer of how good a side is going for mine, and they were the second worst defensive team in terms of points conceded this season. That shows to me there were a whole lot of things that were going on behind the scenes that just weren't clicking. And with the players they had there, they should have done a hell of a lot better. So, yeah, a 3.
I'm scared to ask.
I'll give them a 2, but that's only because they overachieved for me, because I picked them for the wooden spoon. So there's your backhander at the Cowboys right there. Positives, Tom Dearden had a very good year. I think Tom Dearden's just a wonderful player. I thought they uncovered a real jet in Jackson Purdue as well. But coaching that side's abhorrent. The big name players, the big money players, I should say, were embarrassing. Jeremiah Nanai, embarrassing. Scott Drinkwater, embarrassing. There were some absolute shockers this year. How Reece Robson kept his Origin jersey, well, I'll leave that to Laurie Daly, but he also had a very ordinary season. Yeah, I cannot believe the club is so inept. There is so much inertia at the club that they haven't moved on from the coach. He's been a dead man walking for 18 months now. If the coach isn't your future, you move on and start again. So I have no idea what this is all about, because all this is going to do is linger into the off-season and be favoured to be resold by round 10 next year anyway. So absolutely pointless. Pointless topic.
Gives you some more content early next year, though.
Oh, look, I'm always very excited about a coaching sacking, and I've been very disappointed this year. So hopefully clubs move a bit quicker next year.
Roosters were 8th favourite. They finished 8th. Surly.
I guess they played finals, and they did their usual Roosters red hot run home. Marky Mark, Hugo Savala, there were some real positives from them. And to be fair, I thought they were going to struggle this year because of the departures, their losses. I wasn't sure that 4-pack would stand up. Nafahu White, so I'll give them a pass. I'll give them a 5.
Yep, they made the 8. I'll give them the 6. They uncovered another fantastic rugby union to rugby league convert in Mark Nawakanitawasi. He was absolutely superb out on the even when he slotted in at centre. I thought he was very, very good. I agree with Surly. I think that forward pack sort of stood up towards the end of the season. The halves pairing that they had to finish the season was very, very good. And Savala. So, yeah, it's a 6 for mine.
Teddy.
If and when Nawakanitawasi goes back to rugby union, he should be banned for life. That's the word of warning to Peter Valance in the NRL. There's no switching codes back and forth. You get one switch, you've made it.
I think Sonny Bill did that, didn't he?
He did. It should have been banned for life.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
And Roosters, yeah, I'm going to give them a pass as well. I'll give them a 5. I think their roster was fairly depleted this year. Lost a lot of players. Blooded a lot of good young players, so well for the future. The other thing that hurt them a lot was obviously Sam Walker was out most of the year. Having to play Chad Townsend's always going to put you on the 8 ball, so that was they moved off that quick enough. But yeah, they looked in round 1 where they were in round 1 when they let the Broncos put 50 on them. They kind of came a long way. No consistency. I don't know about some of these forwards. Like you can just leave me out of Spencer Leniu. You can leave me out of a few others. I thought Crichton had a down year by his lofty standards. But you saw some really emerging stars. I thought Nafahu White was absolutely brilliant for the Roosters this year. I thought he had a sensational year. Mark was a long-term player for them. Hugo Savala, look, he might be out of a job next year, but he'll be a long-term player for the Chooks if he stays. So, yeah, like the Roosters did. Look, it was down what they've done. The Roosters made the final 12 or 13 years under Trent Robinson. They top for 8 times, so it's down by his lofty stands and down from where they seemed to be head tracking last year. But given the loss of players, I thought it was a pass mark.
Teddy, would you move Savala to lock if there's a vacancy there next season?
No, I'd be playing as a 14.
It's going to be tough though, right?
Connor Watson will be playing lock because Reece Robson will be under.
Yeah, Reece Robson's there.
And then what do you do? Well, what do you do on an edge as well? Because Radley might move to an edge if Radley still has a job. Based on what the newspaper reports were yesterday, may well not. So we'll see.
I will give them a pass too with a 5.5. Next one, Eels, paying $31. 9th favourites. They finished 11th. I think similar to the Roosters, they were without Moses. They were shocking. With Moses, they were very good.
Has someone got a pen?
What?
Someone got a
pen? I'm hearing a pen clicking too.
Yeah.
It must be Carl.
I'm hearing something.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's Carl. There you go.
Wow.
You were like, what do you mean someone got a pen? And you're the one with the pen clicking the pen.
I'm very fidgety. I'm fidgety. Sorry. Can't keep my hands still. I don't just, I don't know what to do with my hands.
No, I agree. I'd go I think I'll go about a 6.5 to be fair, because I thought under Riles, he went pretty hard in terms of what he wants for the future, and it was ballsy, and at least they've unearthed some talent there to look forward to. I thought Yongi was outstanding at the back. He's pushed his case for Rookie of the Year, so I think they've got a future superstar there. Riley Smith, they've unlocked a few good guys like that. Picking up Dylan Walker was handy, and I think if they had Mitchie Moses, then they would have been a top 8 side. They didn't. Injuries, hard for them to contain. So, yeah, I'll give them a 6.5.
All right, I'm going to need to speed up for the rest. Okay. Let's go, Paul.
5 for me, yeah. I agree with Surly. I thought Yongi was very, very good. Riley Smith at hooker was another one that they uncovered. For a first-year coach in charge of the team, 5.
Teddy?
I'll give him a 6. I was adamant Jason Riles would be an absolute flop as a coach. He hasn't been yet, so I don't know. I'll still to be seeing whether he can actually get him going good, but he had the bottle to clean out the deadwood at the club. He's got the best out of Okar, which Moses obviously enjoys playing for him. So enough to say, I'm not as maybe hot on the young talent coming through, But I'm very happy to see a lot of the deadwood be cleaned out, so and taking some chances. So, and like I said, I don't think he looks like a superstar. So, yeah, I'll give him a 6 for Royals Bottle.
All right, next one. Bunnies finish 14th. They're paying $34. A bit like you with the Cowboys, Teddy, I had them coming a lot lower than that, so I'll give them a 2 or a 3 or 4.
Yeah, probably, in all fairness, a 4 due to the injury toll that they suffered. If they'd had their best, they lost their best player before the ball was even kicked off, so pretty brutal stuff. Yeah, probably a 3 or a 4 just because of the injury toll. But Jai Gray stand out massively, and I'm interested to see what they do next year with that Latrell, Jai Gray type of thing. Shocked they turned down a loan for Jonah Pezzett.
Yep, 4 for me. Once again, it all revolves around Latrell, and when he's not there or not quite on, they do suffer. Jai Gray was the big plus for them, obviously. They had a mess in the halves with Bennett not rating the big off-season acquisition, so there's a wee bit of a tidy up to go, but 4.
Yeah, I'll give them a 4 as well. I would probably give them the old NA. I think the injury toll was that bad. It's very hard to actually rate. South Australia, they were never even close to having their best team on the field all year. Best players barely played. Murray only played out of spite one game. They get a bonus mark too for playing Brandon Smith. I think he's going to be good fit at South. I thought he was good when he played for them. And moving Cam to the middle, I thought was positive as well.
Yeah.
Next one. Dolphins finished 9th. I'm going to say a 3. We saw glimpses of what they can do. Like, question to you, Surly, with that reaction. Where's the line? Like, we've seen almost every year now, even the first year, we're like, these guys can make the 8. They should make the 8. They haven't made the 8.
Yeah.
To me, that's a fail.
Fair. I was going to give them a 7 just because the injury toll and how well they punched above their weight, considering I thought until they lost Herbie, they were a chance to make the 8. And fair enough to them, that was the final blow that broke their back. But, man, when you look at the players out, most of them would form an all-star roster at any other club. And attack-wise, most points scored in the comp. Defense needs a bit of work. But I thought Christian Wolf, for his first proper year in charge, there's signs there. Even look at guys like Trey Fuller and that who only got opportunities due to injury. Yeah, I thought they were so resilient.
I think we would have seen, if we did this last year, you would have seen the exact same thing.
Yeah, true. They've been unfortunate there. I hope they get Flegler back next year, which they're meant to, because I think people forget just how good he was.
Carl, put the pen down.
Oh, sorry.
There are 7 for mine as well, just because of those injuries that their forward pack was absolutely decimated. Even before the season started, they had injuries. Gilbert, Plath, Flegler. These are all top line forwards. So yeah, 7.
Yeah, I'll give them a 7.5. I thought they were outstanding for most of the year. Injuries killed them. I know we talked about Max Plath. Max Plath only played a third of the year. Dennis Sofidi only played a third of the year. Their pack was almost never on the field. And they also had to carry Feliska Fusi, who is just a low rent thug with some of his behaviour, so who cost them no end. So, but I thought very good year building for the future. 7.5.
Next one, Warriors. I'm going to go 8. Exceeded expectations, derailed by injury.
Yeah, agreed. When you look at Vegas compared to where we got to, and then injuries, and then to hang in and finish in the 8 with a home final, if you told me we would finish ahead of Penrith in the regular season at the start of the year, then I probably wouldn't have believed you. So
yeah, you're going to take 14 and 10 any year. If it's handed up to you at the start of the year, you say 14 wins. Yep, give it to me. Especially as a Warriors fan. Paul?
Yeah, 7 for mine. Really happy with how they went through that middle part of the season. The big turning point for mine was Metcalf going down injured. He's just the difference maker in that back line. They do need him desperately. And, of course, Mitch going down as well didn't help. But, yeah, 7.5.
I'll give you a 6. Give the Warriors a 6. look, they finished about where I thought they were going to finish this year. You break into two halves, I'll give them a 10 for the first half of the year, and probably a 3 or 4 for the back half of the year. Yeah, he did a genius job uncovering Metcalf. I thought he did a really good job in getting the best out of Chanel. There were some really positive signs that uncovered, like Hal Seymour as well. I thought there were some really good positives. Negatives, you can't go playing Tanner Boyd in the final. Sorry. It was a bad choice. Misuse of Sam Healy as well. And I don't know that Dallin was the best option on the wing there for a lot of the US World when he came back. So a few questionable things, but yeah, good solid year overall.
All right, I'm going to group the last 4 together. Tigers, Knights, Dragons, Titans. I think those are all rubbish.
Yeah, I'll give the Tigers.
Titans were fun to watch.
I'll give the Tigers a higher mark than the other few because I think they did get better and they've formed a team on paper for next year that is pretty exciting for Tigers fans. At least there's some hope there. Dragons started well, hung tough, and then just fell away at the end, and now they've got Nick Ennis heading there, so good luck on that. And then, Titans, just what you expect from the Titans, really, and Knights, was stoked to see them win the spoon. Carl's favourite team all year. Get in.
Combined 2.
I would have the Tigers and Dragons slightly higher than the other two. Everything associated about the Tigers. Still room to go at 3 wooden spoons and up to 13th was a positive. I'll give Dragons this. I thought they played tough for most of the year. They're a highly talent efficient roster, and that's of their own doing, so it's hard to be too sympathetic. He won't sign any other halfback because he doesn't want anyone to challenge Kyle, so that's a problem. Until they get rid of the coach, it's going to continue to be a problem. But they tried. Until the last few rounds, they tried all year, so kudos to that. Can't say the same about the Titans or the Knights. I'm not sure they tried all year. And if the Knights were trying, that makes it even worse because their attack was abhorrent. And luckily, they both sacked their coaches, both sacked them way too late. And now the Knights have hired the coach that the Titans sacked. That shouldn't have been sacked a couple of years ago, so well done.
Let's go to previews. There's no need to do head-to-head this week because there's only 2 games. So Raiders $1.55, Sharks $2.50. The line 5.5, total 46.5. Teddy, what have you got?
I think the Raiders are a very good bet here. I'm going to give you just some stats on week 2 of the finals that kind of will go across both games that I think are worth noting. Over the last decade, the top 4 team who lost and then hosted the week 2 final, 16-4 in week 2. They've won 7 of those wins have been by 24 plus. Ooh. 11 of those wins have been by 7 plus. 4 of the last 8 have scored 40 points. 8 of the last 12 have totaled 44 or more. 6 of the last 20 have totaled 50 plus. It's a loose week, and the top 4 loser, who is often very much undervalued by the market. So I will obviously show my cards there. I'm going to be all in on Canberra and all in on Canterbury this week. But in the Raiders game, I'm very keen on Canberra in this one. I think the way they lost is going to really spoil them for a fight this week. And the Sharks have done nothing but overachieve all year. So I think depending how you look at it, they're probably overachieving considering how they've been playing. They toughed it out last week against the Roosters, but they still weren't very good. Raiders have won 10 of the last 13 against the Sharks, won 24-20 the last meeting round 5, won 5 of 6 at Canberra Stadium, covered 9 of the last 14. The only knock on this, the underdog is 14-5 against the spread in the last 19. These guys have played 7 finals against each other. 1989, twice in 97, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. Sharks are 4-3. Canberra have won 2 of the 3 at Canberra Stadium. 3 of the 4 in the NRL era have tallied 46 plus. Canberra covered 10 of 13 at home, 10 of 16 as a favourite, 9 of 13 when favoured by 4 or more. 4 of the last 5 at home at night. They've covered 17 of 27 off conceding 28 plus. The Sharks, 9 and 18 against the spread against top 4 teams. All in on Canberra, minus 5.5. We're backing 13 plus, we're backing 19 plus. I think that's what they run over this one.
You see this going, Shirley?
Wow. I was, to be honest, a little worried about Canberra off the back of that game, the loss physically and mentally, how much it would take a toll on them. But I think the fact this game is at home, it's a night game. They haven't lost a night game all year. They love playing at home. They've scored more than 24 points in their last 8 straight home games as well. So I think they'll just outscore the Sharkies. I wouldn't fully write Cronulla off just because I feel like the expectation on them this year has been so much different. I feel like they've almost been a bit underdoggy, and it's finally working in their favour. I think they've won 8 of their last 9 games. So do expect it to be tight, but I'm going to go Canberra as well.
Yep. So the Raiders, they play a wee bit of extra time on Sunday, so it's a 6-day backup for them, although they don't have to travel. I agree with Surly. I think mentally it's going to be a tough take for them. I look at the Sharks, and I think this game all revolves around Nico Hines. If he has a big game, and I thought he was really, really good against the Roosters last weekend, if he has another big game, I give the Sharks a chance here to upset the Raiders. I don't quite agree with Teddy. For mine, this game looks like either team under 7.5, and that's where I'll sort of be focusing.
Based on your minus 850 for the year, that pleases me no end.
Watching the Raiders game, like as soon as it ticked over 93 or 4 minutes, whatever it was last week, instant thought was get on the Sharks for whoever they're playing. But the stats around the Raiders at home at night time against the Sharks even is tipping me towards the Raiders, and what you said earlier, Ted, just kind of backs that up. So I'll be on the Raiders here too. Next one, Dogs 345, Panthers $1.32. The line's 9.5. The total 39.5. The Panthers have now won 13 straight finals games. That's sick.
Yeah, it is sick. It is really sick, but it's still a very disrespectful line for mine. These two have played twice this year. Dogs beat a reserve grade team in unimpressive style a couple of weeks ago, so just disregard that. Played the match of the regular season before the 8-6 win to Penrith in round 17. So Dogs can keep it close with them. The Panthers have now won 8 of 9 and scored 28 plus in 6 of those, but I'm kind of happy to disregard history a bit because Penrith has been very good and Canterbury been very bad. And this year there was the reserve grade side. So numbers here pretty good for the Dogs. They've covered 12 of 18 for loss, 10 of 13 getting 4 or more, 5 of 7 at a core getting 8 or more, 5 of 6 getting 8 or more anywhere. The knock on the Dogs here is they only covered 5 of 15 against top 8 teams and 5 of 15 at a core. Penrith, they've covered 6 of the last 7 as an 8 plus favourite, most recently last weekend. But they have covered just 7 of 17 as a road 8 plus favourite. The under has hit in 20 of the last 30 games between these two, including 30 in the last 16. It is 5 and 2 when the Bulldogs are off a loss, 11 and 6 when the total's less than 40 in a Bulldogs game, 9 and 2 when they play the core, 13 and 7 when they play day game. So I was expecting a low scorer. I think the plus holds here. The plus 10.5 is good. Okay, 9.5 at tab.
I think it's going to be low scoring. I think the atmosphere at this one is going to be elite. And if the Dogs are to win, it needs to be like that 8-6 game from earlier in the year where they just go all in on the best D they had in the comp all season. They need to get back to that. I don't think Crichton's a chance. I see he's named, but I'd be surprised if he plays. I think Mitch Kenny will come in for Penrith. So I'll back the Panthers, but I do think this is going to be like a 14-12, 14-8 type of thing. If the Dogs are to win, they need to hold Penrith to under 12 points and just hope they can find some points themselves because they do have good attacking players, just the systems aren't quite firing, but maybe Sexton's the guy. We'll see. How ironic would that be?
Nothing from Ted? Okay.
Oh, no, Toby Sexton. If he does not play 80 minutes this week, I will personally go to Sydney and be hunting down Cameron Cirello. I'm in full agreement. Toby Sexton needs to be there.
Yeah, I see Crichton's in the 23 jersey. I don't know whether that's just a smokescreen or not. If he does play, I give the Dogs a fair chance. If he's not in the starting lineup, you forget about it. You can write the Panthers into next week.
Guess we better do some betting.
I've got Blake, so I might read them out first.
Surely, take note.
Okay, Blake's best bet, Raiders minus 5.5, $1.90. Try scorer, Matthew Tomoko at $2.95. Same game multi, Weeks, Mulitalo, and Raiders to win at $6.04. And then his anything bet, Bulldogs to win by 1 to 12 at $4.10.
My best bet is the round 29 special. Highest scoring side this weekend, Raiders, $2.05. I'll jump on that. My try scorer, KL Iro, $3.05. Hasn't scored in a few weeks. Raiders, that edge, 52% of their tries they're conceding. So I'm hoping he gets over, not Mulitalo, because he's at bigger odds. My same game multi, we'll go with Ronaldo. I'll chuck Strange in there, and either team 1 to 12 in that game, paying $6.86. And my anything else, either game to Golden Point, why not? $7.50. Let's hope one goes into extra. I'd love to see that.
Teddy.
Best bet, Bulldogs plus 10.5. So I guess I'm taking the short. I guess I'm taking the short and odds at $1.80, whatever that is.
Yeah, he's going the alternative line.
Nice. Plus 10. Ethan Strange to score. Try $2.75. Same game multi. Raiders 13 plus. KO Weeks try. Ethan Strange try $9.80. And any other Canterbury win $3.45.
Nice. For mine, best bet Raiders minus 5.5, $1.90. Try scorer also had Ethan Strange, $2.55. That's good for you, Ted, because I am on a hot streak.
I think you check my try scores. I reckon it's hit about the same amount of time. I just kept picking Ethan Strange every week. He just keeps scoring.
Same game multi, under 39.5, Panthers head-to-head, and To'o at $4.75. And then anything else, I'm going to take the try bet 1 to 10 in both games, but the Raiders to win by more than 10.5 at $2.50, into either team by 10.5 or less in the Panthers game, and that comes out at $5.12.
Oh,
that is us. Thank you, fellas. Enjoy.
Shall I do my bets?
No, there's no point yet.
I don't think it matters, Paul.
You're 800 down, so unless you got something miraculous for us, then...
Sorry, Paul.
Best bet, first try scorer multi.
Yeah.
Joseph Tafanay into
My best bet. My best bet. Panthers to win into Sharks to win at $3.30. Stop it. My try scorer bet. Zach Hosking to score a try for the Raiders at $5.25. My same game multi is KL Edel to score a try, Jed Stewart to score a try, Sharks to win, comes out at $12.51. And I am also taking any game to go to Golden Point at $7.50 this week. That's right, Surly.
Just confirming extra time counts as Golden Point, because as we know, Golden Point doesn't happen until the 90th minute. Is that correct, Club? For the punters out there?
Sure, man. Sounds good.
Whatever, man.
I'll tell you what, that pen's doing extra time. I can hear it clicking.
No, sorry. And I can see in the match betting market, it says includes extra time / Golden Point that is played.
And good luck to the WARS New South Wales Cup team.
Yep, oath.
Yes.
Stacked with talent this week. So we're going to the grand final.
Yep.
Just a shame we can't bet on
Right.
Agreed.
This time, we're done. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week on the Advantage Line. Paul, play us out.